and the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority and the Gujarat State Judicial Academy to organize this conference and have a discussion on the important topics which will ultimately help and strengthen the district judiciary. District judiciary is the pillar of the justice delivery system. By today's conference, it will strengthen our justice, ultimately our justice delivery system. District judiciary, as said, is the pillar of the justice delivery system. If the pillar is strong, the building is strong, and therefore justice delivery system will be strong. We will be discussing today on the different important subjects in the today's conference. I wish all the success to today's conference. Friends, nobody can dispute that our district judiciary system is doing extremely well. But at the same time, we have to come out with the delay and arrears. I endorse what Justice Bela Trivedi has said and what Justice Jamshed Patiwala has said about the district judiciary and the role of the district judges and the district judiciary in the justice delivery system. I agree. But at the same time, I would like to have my supplementary views on the district judiciary and how to strengthen the justice delivery system. Where are we failing? Where are we lacking? Take it, whatever I will say today, it will be as an elder member of the family. All of you are my family members. We are all part of the family, which ultimately goal is to do justice to the common man, justice to the needy, and strengthen the justice delivery system. Everybody, we are facing with today the problem of delay and laches. We are all faced with the arrears which are pending since many years. Today, whatever I say, treat it as an advice from the member of the family. Don't treat it as a criticism and or adversarial remarks. For improving a system, you need sometimes a bitter piece. If you are sick, then you need a bitter the medicine. It is only with a, whatever I will say today, I will say only with a view to cure and strengthen the justice delivery system. We are faced with the situation, an anomalous, situation of accusation of delay in the courts. Despite all our best efforts, It is not that, so far the Gujarat is concerned, there is a lack of infrastructure. I must say with credit, with all proud from Gujarat, that so far as the Gujarat is concerned, the state of Gujarat is concerned, government of Gujarat is concerned, fullest support has been given to our institutions for creating infrastructures. Whenever we have asked, correct, immediately the fund is given. I may remind in the recent Chief Justice Chief Minister conference, when Chief Justice Arvind Kumar was to say something, correct, in the conference, then Chief Justice of India said, "Oh Gujarat, don't worry, you have no problem." This is what the impression, correct, of the Gujaratis. Therefore, it is not that there is no infrastructure. We are facing infrastructural problems. We have seen district court buildings, district judges' chambers, and other things. Correct? Because I have moved in the entire country also, so many places I have gone. But our court buildings are sometimes better, correct, and well equipped than even some high court buildings in the other states also. Therefore, there is no complaint so far the infrastructure is concerned. But still, for whatever reason, there is a huge areas. And therefore, it is time now to introspect. Today we will be discussing on time management, docket management, which is the need of the day. 18 crores, 1 crore 88 lakhs more cases are pending in the district judiciary. In the High Court, I am sorry to say, we have crossed 1 crore 60 lakhs matter, 1,60,000 matters in High Court. Out of the pendency in the district judiciary, major portion of the litigation which is pending is negotiable instrument case, prohibition cases, IPC cases. When I was looking to the figure, I came to know that 23,000 cases are pending with respect to arbitration. Execution petitions with respect to arbitration are pending. If they are pending for more than 5 years, 10 years, correct, it ultimately affects, it's a commercial dispute, arbitration. Negotiable Instruments Act, virtually it's a commercial dispute, ultimately affects the economy of the country. And if the cases are not disposed of at the earliest, what will be the position? It ultimately affects the rule of law. Everybody will go to some other agency, as rightly emphasized by Justice Pardiwala, that more and more efforts should be made, correct, to dispose of the civil cases. Because of the fact that if the civil cases are not disposed of at the earliest, if after 15 years or 20 years or 30 years, eviction decree is passed on the ground of bona fide requirement, what is the purpose of giving a decree of bona fide requirement after 25 years? Take a case of motor accident cases. Motor accident claim cases, petitions are pending, correct? Fatal cases are 22,000. What is the use of giving the compensation after 10 years or 15 years to a widow, correct, whose children have grown up? Even if you give 1 crore rupees, correct, it is not that will not be useful to him or her, because the day on which it was required, you have failed to give deliver the justice to the needy, to that lady, to the widow, because he lost the bread earner. Similarly, I was shocked to know that maintenance 125, 50,000 meters are pending. Where the lady will go without maintenance? 125 3 meters are pending, 25,000. I am not blaming anything, but I am just telling that now a day has come to introspect and think over what is to be done. You will be discussing docket management and other things, but you have to consider it very seriously now. Where are we lacking? Despite all these things, despite all these perks, despite all this, great salary. In earlier days, Justice Thakkar is here. What was the salary of the High Court judge? What was the salary of the district judiciary? And today, what are you getting? Today, what I am getting? I must deliver. I must give back to the society. It is said that justice delayed is justice denied. And it is the cornerstone in the justice delivery system. It cannot be disputed that the justice delivery, the speedy trial is the right, fundamental right guaranteed under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. However, abstract over the years, huge pendency of the cases and inordinate delays are the most important problems faced by the Indian judiciary. Although there is widespread praise for the quality of the judgments delivered and the hard work being done by the Indian judiciary, more particularly the district judiciary. When we take up the appeals in the Supreme Court, many a times, we find that the judgments delivered by the trial court and the first appellate court, are better. Maybe because of the limitations so far as the high courts are concerned, question of law and all these things. That must take place sometimes, we go to the judgment, the trial court judgment of the first appellate court judgment. That is why the quality of the judgment and the hard work by the district judiciary will play an important role in the entire justice delivery system. The hard work being done by the problem of delay in huge areas stares at us all. Unless we do something about it, the whole system would get crushed under its weight. Speedy justice is a fundamental right which is implicit within the broad arc and content of Article 21. It is a constitutional obligation of the state to dispense speedy justice, more so in the field of criminal law, nowadays in the civil law also. Judiciary being the ultimate protector of the human rights and final resort for dispensation of justice, the citizens of India look up to this institution with great respect and eternal hope. This casts a very heavy responsibility on the entire judicial system to live up to the expectations reposed in it and to maintain the scared aura attached to its unsullied. I will give you some today, some advice to all of you. While you perform in the courts, you follow 3P. Prepare, punctuality, and politeness. To save the time and to see that more and more cases are disposed of and you can deliver the justice promptly, you should be prepared with the facts and the law. Not that that as and when the case is taken up, correct, you prepare and start reading the files. You will sacrifice some time and the family also, so that ultimately the faith of the people will be continued. Punctuality in the court proceedings and the courtroom is very essential. Be on the dais during the working hours. Many times it is seen, for whatever reason, the judicial officers, not all, few, they are not on the dais during the entire working hours. It is your duty to see that you are on dais, you work on the dais during your working hours. No administrative work should be done during the course hours. After the course hour, correct, spare some time, extra time for the purpose of administrative work. But don't do any administrative work during the court hours. Be polite in the court. Because ultimately politeness in the courtroom, it maintains the atmosphere, good atmosphere in the courtroom, for which don't show your power as a judge. Show your power as a judge in doing the work. And if you show if you show the courtesy, if you show the politeness, I don't think that any judge will need any meditation in the courtroom. We have some humor in the courtroom also. Continue. There will not be any stress. Neither you will give the stress, nor you will have the stress. But at the same time, courteous, correct, and politeness is the most important requirement, correct, of the judicial officer. Do not become goody-goody in giving unnecessary adjournment and asking unnecessary adjournment. Be a court of no adjournment court. But unfortunately, what is happening, correct, everybody is afraid of that certificate, that because you don't give the adjournment, unnecessary adjournment, correct, you are accused, you are afraid that some letters will be returned. Somebody will say, no, he says, he or she is a very strict court. Don't bother about such certificates. You have to do the work as per your conscience and one goal in your mind. You are not here to please those persons, you are here to please the common man, correct, and do justice to the common man. That is the need so far as the judicial officers are concerned. But another thing I have seen, which sorry I have to say so, please do not go on leave. Unnecessary leave. I will not name, but Chief Justice, I will tell you. Recently, I met one district judge, correct? He was on 15 days working leave for the marriage of his daughter. Are we here and you are talking about that I will complete the delay and arrears and I will dispose of the matters? You should have a commitment to do the duty, social duty. I am not boasting, but I am telling you, with proud I am telling you, in my 14 years or 15 years as judge, as a in the career as a judge, sir, I have not enjoyed more than 10 to 15 days leave. Even there was a marriage in my nephew. Sir, I went to the court, correct, and in the second session I took the leave. So I recollect an incident of Justice J.C. Saab when he was in Bombay. At that time his son was to go to America. He was late by only 1 hour, correct, in the courtroom. He went to say goodbye to his son. He came to the court, correct, and sat in the courtroom. I may give you a recent example of Justice Lalit. He was to go to Jaipur to attend the conference. 1 o'clock he was to leave. So he sat in the court in the 9:30 in the morning to compensate those hours which he will be missing of that day. This is the commitment, and I expect that all my judicial officers should have this commitment. I have seen many judicial officers are going on leave on the ground that his leave is likely to be lapsed. In December, I have seen my 6 days leave, correct, is likely to it is likely to lapse. Dear friends, I am telling you, you are classed by yourselves. Out of 135 crores, God has selected you to become the judicial officer. If you don't perform your duty, then you will be committing breach of trust to the God. Are you a government servant that you think of lapsing of the leave? Believe me, I was not even aware, even today also I am not aware that how many ELs, CLs we are entitled to. I am entitled to. Why should you worry about CLs and ELs? What is the difference between a judicial officer, a separate class, correct, and a government servant? I have seen the persons going on LTC despite the Supreme Court circular, correct, on the working days. Sir, don't do it. Please, for the sake of people, please don't do it. It's an earnest request. Serve the nation and the society. Don't treat it as a service only. Treat it as a service to the society. Be a part of the strong justice delivery system. If the justice delivery system will collapse, correct, that entire system will collapse. Please try to understand and appreciate the position which you are occupying. I am always saying to the judicial officers in my lecture that out of 135 crores population, how many judges are there? Number of judges? 0.00000%. Out of which you are selected. God selects you to do justice. That, okay, correct, he is a person. Let him be the judicial officer. Let him be the High Court judge. Let him be the Supreme Court judge. So that, correct, he will do something for the society and the common man. Sir, so many persons have said, Ms. Pinto has said, Justice Belaben has said, everybody was telling that I delivered 20 judgments and pronounced 20 judgments, correct, on a single day. And that too after my recovery. Sir, I have not committed anything extra. I don't deserve any compliments also. Whatever I have done as a part of my duty, as a member of the justice delivery system. And as rightly said by Chief Justice, you can also do it. You have to only think it. I can do it. If others can do it, why I cannot do it? Consider from that angle and you will see, you will achieve the result. We know the problems also of the judicial, the district judiciary also. But you have to come out of and you have to tackle your own problems. We know that at the local stage also you have got the problems. We know if you don't get the time on the order or the bail, correct? In that case, you will be accused of so many things. But ultimately, what is important is if you have perform your duty as per your conscience, correct? Then the God is there to protect you. Believe always in God. And your hard work and labor, correct? The God will always help you. I will give you one example where when the God always helps you, one important matter was there with respect to COVID. On Saturday, Sunday, my brother judge told me that, brother, you have to write the judgment. And he was to retire on Wednesday. I was having only 3-4 days with me. Very important question. Compensation to the victim, as well as we were required to strike the balance between the government's policy also and their infrastructure or economic. Sir, I was not doing anything. What to do? It was an interpretation of Section 12. I started. I have taken the matter in my hand. And I was just to begin what to do because very sensitive matter was there. At that time, one person called me from temple. They said, video conference, आपने दर्शन कराओ. Okay, I am a firm believer in God. I am telling you. So he made, there was a darshan. Sir, immediately thereafter I dictating the judgment and I continued the judgment for 6 hours continuously. And believe me, I felt that I am only a spokesperson. Correct? It is the dictation is given by the God. Correct? And the judgment was delivered after 6-7 years. Why I am telling you, if you have a commitment to do justice, correct, then don't worry about other things. God will always God will give you the thoughts. God will give you the intelligence. God will give you everything. But at the same time, correct, you should have the commitment to do. So I request all of you to see that there is a commitment to do service to the society, service to the common man. You put yourself in the shoes of the litigation who is waiting for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I have seen, I request the family court judges also to consider the plight of those women who are deprived of their maintenance, who are deprived of their enhanced maintenance. They are being 1,500 or 2,000, I am not on whatever the amount is being paid. But in those hard days, where she will go? Where the children will go? She will have to manage for herself, for children, for study, education, etc. Similarly, some other litigations are also there which require correct immediate attention. So have a docket management, plan it, which we will be discussing today in the conference. Unless there is a proper management, correct? What you should do is this. You identify those cases, correct, which can be easily dispose of. Petty cases, small 6 points or so. Implement the principle of plea bargaining. Encourage them so far as the plea bargaining is concerned. Whenever the fine can be imposed, impose the fine and see to it, correct, those cases are disposed of, that ultimately, correct, it may help in disposing of the very important cases. But for that purpose, you have to do the homework. Unless you do the homework and have a classification, correct, you will not achieve the result. Merely having the board, correct, and whatever the board is there, you decide the matters without doing any homework, it will not help. You will still be there. To clear the areas, the outflow must be dispute resolution system, which is always remain in my heart. It may be arbitration, mediation, lok adalats, etc. It is an alternative because of the fact it is not only alternative, but it is the appropriate resolution dispute system, which ultimately help in disposing, arriving the settlement between the parties. I firmly believe in mediation, but still mediation has not taken place, correct, to the extent it should have been. Still, everybody is trying, and I am sure that now the leader of the Gujarat State Legal Services Authority will take care of everything and see to it that the alternatives dispute resolution system, correct, there will be a great progress in that. I am sure under the able guidance and leadership of Chief Justice Sonia Ben will be able to do everything. And I always, I am telling her, and first step is that we will be having the first batch of ladies mediators in the city civil court, and which will be giving the training in on between 2nd to 6th August. You also, judicial officers, correct? The difficulty is that many of the judicial officers are not referring the matters to the mediation. It should be an increased mediation. I also request that when the Honorable Chief Minister is here, to constitute a committee, when Kamal Bhai is also here, to constitute a committee of the high-level officers, scrutiny committee, which can be considered to be either conciliation committee or mediation committee or whatever it may be, so that the unnecessary matters do not come to the court. 70% the litigant is the state government, and many times we have seen either it is covered, correct, or correct, it can be resolved, still, correct, because nobody wants to take a decision or burden upon itself, correct, the cases are filed. So today I take this opportunity to tell our Honorable the Chief Minister to look into that aspect also and have the scrutiny committee, so that headed by some former High Court judge, correct, so that ultimately frivolous litigations, correct, can be stopped. I have said so many things to my judicial officers. If you have felt bad, I am extremely sorry. But I think that it was my duty to point out to you and tell to you, all of you, that be a part of the system. Be yourself a common man. I have taken this opportunity because this is the first of its kind today's conference, where more than 900 judicial officers are participating. The credit goes to the chairman, the president of the association, correct, and the Honorable the Chief Justice. Otherwise, I would not have got this opportunity to address this 900 and more judicial officers. One another thing which I want to emphasize, and I am so happy to know that 1/4 of my judicial officers are lady judicial officers. Credit goes to the Gujarat High Court that we are having 1/4 judicial officer, women judicial officers. Why I am so happy? Don't misunderstand the male judicial officers. Huh? But this is my experience that the female judicial officers are more committed and punctual and hardworking. This is my experience. But unfortunately, I have also seen that so far as the higher district judiciary is concerned, correct, whereas there are very less number of lady judicial officers. Sir, out of I will give you. Yes, thank you. Out of 222 district judges, only 50 are the female judicial officers. Out of 369 senior civil judge, 74 are the female judicial officers. But at the same time, out of 347 civil judge, 104 female judicial officers are there. Maybe because of, in the recent years, the female have thought it fit to join the judiciary. You may compete, correct, in the ADJ and I wish all the female and not only female, other judicial officers also, correct, to be selected direct as a direct recruit and be a part of the system. You will be having today the benefit of experience of Justice C.K. Thakkar. I will always like to hear him because he was my guru. Today also he is my guru, and I always pranam him. Similarly, you will have a benefit of Justice Mohit Shah. Sir, I may tell you, so far as the Justice Mohit Shah is concerned, a very kind-hearted judge, and always trying to find out a way rather than deciding and disposing of the matter, one way or the other. We will just think of deciding the matter. We will just start thinking, resolving the matter. This is the quality, correct, and we are having today, correct, with us Justice Mohit Shah. I am thankful to both of them for giving for their valuable services which they rendered today, and I request both of them to continue guide us and assist us. With this, I have taken much time. Don't take it advisory. Again, repetitively I am saying, correct. But today's conference will ultimately, correct, assist you in ultimate achieving the goal. 10 times I will say, 100 times I will say, our goal is, correct, to do justice to the common man, who are waiting. Our goal is to strengthen the justice delivery system. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I am thankful to the Honorable the Chief Justice Arvind Kumar, Justice Sonia Bokani, Justice A.J. Desai, Ms. Pinto for giving me this opportunity to share my some views, maybe views or advice, whatever you call, before you. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Jai Garvi Gujarat.
We are grateful to my Lord. We will surely put in practice the mantra of three P's. धर्म ना हिंदू बौद्ध है, धर्म ना मुस्लिम जैन, धर्म चित्त की शुद्धता, धर्म शांति सुख चैन।
If we try to live in harmony and focus our efforts to improve not only our condition but also of those around us, a beautiful future would automatically emerge.
આવો જ ધર્મવાન અને નિષ્ઠાવાન વ્યક્તિત્વ એટલે આપણા રાજ્યના માનનીય મુખ્યમંત્રી શ્રી ભૂપેન્દ્રભાઈ પટેલ સાહેબ આપણી વચ્ચે ઉપસ્થિત છે. આપ સાહેબને વિનંતી કે પ્રાસંગિક પ્રવચન પ્રસ્તુત કરો.
મેં અમારા સાહેબને કીધેલું કે ભાઈ તમે થોડું ગુજરાતીમાં બોલજો. સાહેબ કહે છે હવે ટેવ જ પડી ગઈ છે એટલે આમાં શું થાય કે પછી અમારું તો પાછું તમારા મગજમાં થોડી ઇમ્પ્રેશન હોય. પણ અમે તમારામાંથી શીખીને બેસ્ટ કરવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીશું. અને નરેન્દ્રભાઈએ પણ હંમેશા નાના માણસનું ધ્યાન રાખીને બધી જ જે પોલિસી જે બધી છે તમે જુઓ બધા નાના માણસોનું ધ્યાન રાખીને બનાવી છે. એટલે નાના માણસ ઉપરનો જે ભાર સાહેબે મૂક્યો એ ખૂબ જરૂરી છે. ઘણી વાર આપણને તમને તો મારા કરતા કદાચ વધારે અનુભવ છે પણ આપણને એમ લાગે કે ભાઈ ખરેખર માણસ જાય ક્યાં, સાચો હોય તો એ ઘણી વખત તકલીફમાં મુકાઈ જાય. એવા સંજોગોમાં આમ ફર કરવાનું થતું હોય. એવું ના થાય એના માટેનો આપણા સૌનો સહિયારો પ્રયાસ રહેશે એટલું હું કહી શકું. પણ આજે ગુજરાત સ્ટેટ જ્યુડિશરી ઓફિસર્સ એસોસિએશનની પ્રથમ કોન્ફરન્સમાં મારી સાથે મંચ ઉપર ઉપસ્થિત સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટના જજ તથા એમસીપીસીના સભ્ય જસ્ટિસ શ્રી એમ.આર. શાહ સાહેબ, વર્ચ્યુઅલ માધ્યમથી જોડાયેલા સુપ્રીમ કોર્ટના જસ્ટિસ બેલાબેન ત્રિવેદી તથા જસ્ટિસ શ્રી જે.બી. પારડીવાલા, મંચ ઉપર ઉપસ્થિત રાજ્યની હાઈકોર્ટના મુખ્ય ન્યાયાધીશ શ્રી અરવિંદ કુમારજી, હાઈકોર્ટ જજ શ્રી સોનિયાબેન કુકાણી, શ્રી એ.જે. દેસાઈ, ગુજરાત એડવોકેટ જનરલ શ્રી કમલભાઈ ત્રિવેદી, ગુજરાત જ્યુડિશિયરી સર્વિસના પ્રમુખ શ્રી એસ.વી. પિન્ટો, ન્યાયપાલિકા સાથે જોડાયેલા ન્યાયાધીશશ્રીઓ, કાયદાવિદો, વકીલ મિત્રો અને પ્રેસ મીડિયાના મિત્રો, સૌને મારા નમસ્કાર. ન્યાય પ્રણાલી અને ન્યાયપાલિકામાં ચર્ચા અને મંથન ચિંતનનો સતત જ અવકાશ રહેલો છે. સમય અનુકૂળ બદલાવો, વર્તમાન પ્રવાહો સાથે સુસંગત અને અપડેટ રહેવું એ આપ સૌ માટે અનિવાર્ય અને આવશ્યક બાબત છે. રાજ્યની ન્યાય પ્રણાલીને વધુ સક્ષમ બનાવી નવા પડકારો માટે સુસજ્જ કરવાની દિશામાં એક મહત્વપૂર્ણ અભિગમ આજની કોન્ફરન્સમાં સાકાર થવાનો છે. ગુજરાત સ્ટેટ જ્યુડિશિયરી ઓફિસર્સ એસોસિએશને આવી પ્રથમ કોન્ફરન્સ યોજવા માટે ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન પાઠવું છું. આ એક કોન્ફરન્સમાં અલગ અલગ વિષય અને વિષય નિષ્ણાતો ખૂબ જ યોગ્ય રીતે સિલેક્ટ કરવામાં આવ્યા છે. સાયબર ક્રાઇમ અને ફોરેન્સિકનો રોલ, ડિસ્પ્યુટ માટે વૈકલ્પિક વ્યવસ્થા, સજા માટેની પોલિસી, ન્યાય પ્રણાલીને વધુ એફિશિયન્ટ બનાવવા જેવી વિષયો જ્યુડિશિયલ સિસ્ટમ માટે તથા ન્યાયની વ્યવસ્થા વધુ સુદૃઢ બને તે માટે ઉપયોગી બની રહેશે તેવો મને પાકો વિશ્વાસ છે. આજે ડિજિટલ ટેકનોલોજીના ઝડપથી વિકાસ થઈ રહ્યો છે ત્યારે તેને આનુષંગિક ગુનાઓ પણ વધી રહ્યા છે. ડિજિટલ ઇન્વેસ્ટિગેશન અને તેના પુરાવાનું કોર્ટ કેસમાં અર્થઘટન અને મૂલ્યાંકન સારી રીતે થાય તે બાબત ઝડપી ટ્રાયલ અને સમાજ પર ખરાબ અસર ના પડે તે માટે ખૂબ જરૂરી છે. તે અંગે આ કોન્ફરન્સમાં ચર્ચા થવાની છે. લોકશાહીમાં ગુડ ગવર્નન્સ અને રૂલ્સ ઓફ લો માટે લેજિસ્લેચર, એક્ઝિક્યુટિવ, જ્યુડિશરીને એકબીજા પૂરક બનીને અને સ્વતંત્ર રીતે જો કામ કરે તો દરેકને ન્યાય અને તેની પ્રક્રિયાનો લાભ ચોક્કસપણે મળે. ન્યાયની અદાલતો એ રૂલ ઓફ લોના ગાર્ડિયન તરીકે ફરજ બજાવે છે અને લોકોમાં ન્યાયતંત્ર પ્રત્યેની જે શ્રદ્ધા છે તે ટકી રહે અને તેમાં વધારો થાય તે કામ ન્યાયિક અધિકારીશ્રીઓનું છે. એ દિશામાં આજની આ કોન્ફરન્સ રાઈટ જોબ એટ રાઈટ ટાઈમ છે એમ હું સમજુ છું. ગુજરાત આજે દેશનું ગ્રોથ એન્જિન ગણાય છે. વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈ મોદીના નેતૃત્વમાં ગુજરાતે ગત 20 વર્ષમાં દરેક ક્ષેત્રમાં વિકાસની કેડી કંડારી છે. ડેવલપમેન્ટનું રોલ મોડેલ બન્યું છે. આની પાછળ મુખ્ય કારણ રાજ્યમાં ગુડ ગવર્નન્સ એટલે કે ઝડપી, વ્યાજબી નિર્ણય, સારામાં સારી પબ્લિક બિઝનેસ સર્વિસીસ તેમજ બિઝનેસ એન્વાયરમેન્ટ હોવાના કારણે ઔદ્યોગિક ક્ષેત્રમાં વિશ્વમાંથી અને અન્ય રાજ્યોમાંથી તમામ ક્ષેત્રમાં વધુમાં વધુ રોકાણ થાય છે. સાથોસાથ સક્ષમ ન્યાય પ્રણાલીનો પણ રાજ્યમાં શાંતિ અને સલામતી સુનિશ્ચિત કરવામાં મહત્વનો ફાળો રહ્યો છે. રાજ્ય સરકારે પણ કાયદા વિભાગ અને ન્યાયતંત્રને હંમેશા પ્રાથમિકતા આપી છે. ન્યાયતંત્રની તમામ માંગણીઓ ધ્યાનમાં રાખીને સર્વસમાવિષ્ટ બજેટ ફાળવણી કરવામાં આવે છે. 2003માં જે બજેટ 140.19 કરોડનું હતું તે ચાલુ નાણાકીય વર્ષમાં ₹1,740 કરોડ રકમની જોગવાઈ કરવામાં આવી છે. આપણે સૌએ કોરોના મહામારીનો કપરો સમય જોયો છે. આપણે કોરોના મહામારીનો પણ વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈના નેતૃત્વમાં સફળતાપૂર્વક સામનો કર્યો છે. 200 કરોડ વેક્સિનેશન ડોઝની સિદ્ધિ અને કોઈ ભૂખ્યું ન સૂવે તેવી પ્રધાનમંત્રી ગરીબ કલ્યાણ અન્ન યોજનાથી દુનિયાને કોવિડ મેનેજમેન્ટનું એક સક્ષમ ઉદાહરણ ભારતે વડાપ્રધાન શ્રી નરેન્દ્રભાઈના માર્ગદર્શનમાં પૂરું પાડ્યું છે. કોરોનાના કપરા કાળમાં પણ લોકોને ન્યાય આપવાનું સરાહનીય કાર્ય ન્યાયપાલિકા દ્વારા કરવામાં આવ્યું હતું. તમામ ન્યાયાધીશો દ્વારા કોવિડના કપરા સમયમાં પણ પ્રશંસનીય કામગીરી કરવા બદલ ન્યાયાધીશોને ખૂબ ખૂબ અભિનંદન પાઠવું છું. વર્ચ્યુઅલ માધ્યમ, વિડીયો કોન્ફરન્સિંગ, ન્યાયપાલિકાની કામગીરી કોરોના કપરા કાળમાં પણ યથાવત રાખીને આપણી ન્યાયપાલિકાનું ગૌરવ સન્માન પણ આપ સૌએ કર્યું છે. જે ન્યાયાધીશો ન્યાયિક કામગીરી દરમિયાન કોવિડગ્રસ્ત થયેલ હોય અને કોવિડને કારણે જે ન્યાયાધીશો અવસાન પામ્યા છે તેવા પરિવાર પ્રત્યે સંવેદના વ્યક્ત કરું છું. જે ન્યાયાધીશો ઓન ડ્યુટી અવસાન પામે છે તેઓના પરિવારને ₹25 લાખની સહાય રાજ્ય સરકાર દ્વારા આપવાનો નિર્ણય કરવામાં આવ્યો છે. અહીં થનારી ચર્ચાઓ અને મનોમંથન ચોક્કસપણે ન્યાયની પ્રક્રિયામાં તમામ ન્યાયાધીશોની ભૂમિકા અને દાયિત્વને વધુ સુદૃઢ અને એફિશિયન્ટ બનાવશે તેવો પાક્કો વિશ્વાસ છે. ગુજરાત જ્યુડિશિયલ સર્વિસ એસોસિએશનના આ અધિવેશનમાં મને સહભાગી થવાની તક આપી તે માટે સૌનો હું આભાર માનું છું. અહીંયાથી સાહેબે જે સજેશન કર્યું છે કે તો એ સજેશનમાં આપ સૌના માર્ગદર્શનમાં કમિટીની રચના કરવા માટે પણ અમે આગળ વધીશું. આપ સૌનો ખૂબ ખૂબ આભાર. થેન્ક યુ. ભારત માતા કી જય. વંદે માતરમ. જય જય ગણેશ.
આપણે સૌ કાયદાકીય સંકુલથી સંકળાયેલા છીએ, જેથી અવનીશ ઓઝા સિવિલ જજ રાજકોટ દ્વારા એક લખાયેલ કાયદાકીય પ્રાર્થના રજૂ કરવા ઈચ્છીએ છીએ, જે આવકારવા વિનંતી. હે પરમાત્મા, તારી સર્વોચ્ચ અદાલતમાં બધા જજીસ વતી અમે એક PIL દાખલ કરવા ઈચ્છીએ છીએ, તો અમારું લોકસ સ્વીકારજો. અમારી અંતર આત્માના અવાજને હેબિયસ કોર્પસ ઇસ્યુ કરી હંમેશા હાજર રખાવજો. ન્યાયના માર્ગથી ભટકી જવાય, સત્તાનો દુરુપયોગ થાય તો કો વોરંટો ઇસ્યુ કરી સાચી દિશા સૂચવજો. મનમાંથી રાગ, દ્વેષ, ઈર્ષ્યા, કટુતા, લોભ ઉપર સર્શ્યોરરી ઇસ્યુ કરી વોશ કરજો. પૂર્વાગ્રહ સામે પ્રોહિબિશન ઇસ્યુ કરી નિષ્પક્ષ બનાવજો. શક્તિ, આત્મવિશ્વાસ, પ્રામાણિકતા, નીતિમત્તા પર મેન્ટેમસ ગ્રાન્ટ કરજો. તમે સોંપેલા કોન્ટ્રાક્ટની અગર કોઈ શરત ભંગ થાય તો સ્પેસિફિક પરફોર્મન્સ કરાવજો. અંતિમ શ્વાસ વખતે જજમેન્ટ આપો ત્યારે કોઈ જાણે અજાણીએ ભૂલ થઈ હોય તો પ્રોબેશનનો લાભ આપી મુક્ત કરજો. અંતે તમામ દાદ મંજૂર કરી સર્વેનું કલ્યાણ કરજો.
કેટલા બેટરી છે? 91.
To quote a celebrated author, Mr. Robert Emmons, he said, I quote, "Gratitude takes us outside of ourselves, where we see ourselves as part of a larger, intricate network of sustaining relationships." Unquote.
I request respected Mr. R.K. Desai, sir, Registrar General, High Court of Gujarat, to come forward to deliver the vote of thanks.
Very good morning, everyone. Today I feel honored and privileged to have been assigned to propose vote of thanks on behalf of the Gujarat Judicial Service Association and High Court of Gujarat. This is the first judicial conference of Gujarat Judicial Service Association, and I say with command that the conferences begin on the most promising and positive atmosphere. The zeal and enthusiasm shown by all the judicial officers clearly show that the idea of Honorable the Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, of organizing conference of all judicial officers of the state with active participation has been succeeded. I take this opportunity to express deepest gratitude on my behalf and on behalf of the association to the enterprising, compassionate and popular Honorable Chief Minister, Sri Bhupendra Patel, for sparing his valuable time and inspiring all the officers with his esteemed presence. The approach of Honorable the Chief Minister and the Government of Gujarat has always been very cooperative in all the activities and ventures proposed by High Court of Gujarat. I, on behalf of the High Court, express my deepest gratitude to Honorable Chief Minister. Thank you very much, sir. This event would not have become possible but for the greatest moral support and inspiration of Honorable Mr. Justice M.R. Shah, Judge Supreme Court of India, who always has extended his tireless support in any activity associated with justice delivery system. My Lord, we are beholden to your great cooperation. The esteemed presence of Honorable Lordship has been the biggest inspiration to all the judges of the state of Gujarat. On behalf of the association and all the judges of the state, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Thank you, my Lord, for gracing the conference. I also express my heartfelt gratitude to Ladyship Honorable Miss Justice Belaben M. Trivedi, Judge Supreme Court of India, for sparing her Ladyship valuable time and experience for this event. The esteemed presence of Honorable Ladyship has been the biggest inspiration to all the judges of the state of Gujarat. Thank you, Ladyship. I also express my sincere gratitude to my Lord Honorable Mr. Justice J.B. Padiwala, Judge Supreme Court of India, for enlightening us by his inspirational and motivational address to the gathering. The esteemed presence of the Honorable Lordship has been the biggest inspiration to all the judges of the state of Gujarat. Thank you, my Lord. I also express my deepest gratitude to my Lord Honorable Mr. Justice Arvind Kumar, Honorable the Chief Justice High Court of Gujarat. I would say this with profound respect that today's conference has seen the light of the day because of my Lord's visionary approach towards the institutional development. It was only my Lord who proposed to reconstitute the Association of the Judicial Officers in the state and provided necessary guidance to organize such a large-scale function, embarking the presence of all the judicial officers of the state. Even out of my Lord's hectic schedule, my Lord every day used to very meticulously monitor and guide the work of organizing this conference. I, on behalf of myself and on behalf of all the judicial officers, offer deepest gratitude to my Lord. Thank you very much, my Lord. I am also thankful to Ladyship Honorable Miss Justice Sonia Gokhani, Judge High Court of Gujarat and Executive Chairperson, Gujarat